Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys doing today? Tonight? Happy Wednesday. It's my Tuesday, still, kind of. It's 12:52 a.m. I may cut this vlog in half, and I may vlog for a little bit and then listen to my audiobook and then come back on and vlog, or I may make this a short vlog tonight. I keep on saying that it's gonna be a short vlog, and you guys know that when I say that, it means it's gonna be an hour. But the reason that I say that tonight is because I'm really trying to get this audiobook done. If I get the audiobook done tonight, tomorrow, which my plan was today, and I have like 2 hours left of it, then I can, I think I have like exactly 2 hours left of it, then I can start Zodiac and have it done by Sunday, if I listen to like an hour a day, so that when I go into Reading Rush on Sunday, I'll have the book club book done for the month, and then I'll be prepared for that. And then I can just go into Reading Rush. Now, I don't want to go into Reading Rush having any books that I'm kind of reading or anything like that. I want to go into Reading Rush completely just not, you know, having any other books, if that makes sense. So, I had picked for the Reading Rush, the first challenge is, well, first of all, let me just say I'm going to McDonald's right now to get a Diet Coke, because I have my water sitting out. This is my coffee, but I had my, it's empty. I had my water sitting out and didn't bring it with me. So, Alex just went to bed. We were watching the first part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, and he has to pick up his mom from the airport at like 5:30 in the morning. So I kept on saying, I said, you need to go to bed. You need to go to bed. He goes, I know. And so he's going to bed right now. He's going to be tired tomorrow. And then he is supposed to be hanging out with his friend tomorrow night. So, well, and I might go over there and stop by for a little bit. We'll see how my night goes tomorrow. What was I going to say? So yeah, I'm going to get a Diet Coke from McDonald's right now, first of all, because I'm thirsty. What a lazy day. Oh, so anyway, on the Reading Rush TBR, the first challenge was to pick a book with purple on the cover. And so I picked The Wife Between Us, which like everybody in the world said, oh my God, this is such a great book. This is such a great book. This is such a great book. But then everybody else also said, this is not purple on the cover. I was like, damn it, it looks like purple to me. People even said, this reminds me of like the purple dress and the brown dress thing, because like this is not purple. So I was like, I'm gonna pick another book. So I picked Made You Up by Francesca Zappia, which is funny. I'll tell you why in just a second. Hold on, I'm gonna move this slide here. Can I get a large Diet Coke, please? Nope, that's it. Which is funny because a couple years ago I read, did he say $1.06 or $1.86? Did you hear him? Because I had so much change. Tanya just opens this thing and throws over change in here, so I have so much change at the bottom of this. If he said $1.06, I actually have exactly $1.06. He couldn't have, it couldn't be $1.86. Do you think so? But anyway, I just bought another pair of sunglasses. Do you guys want to see them? I bought another pair of these key sunglasses. I got my hair cut the other day. Okay, so my old pair, this is like my very first pair that I ever had, are right here, but they're scratched. They're still real wearable, but they're scratched. I love them. Those are like the big ones that the Kardashians used to wear, but they're so comfortable. So I got these. Nice. Here's my little case. Here's my little show and tell for you. So anyway, a couple years ago I read Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. And I think I read it for Booktubeathon, which is now Reading Rush. I'm almost positive I read it for that. It was either Gaia or Anne-Marie that commented on my booktube video, and they knew like exactly what the book was that I read the other year. I read this book by Jennifer Smith, I think, and I couldn't remember the title of it, and they commented. These are two women that have literally watched since like day one of my booktube video, and they still like, you two are amazing. I have some people out there, some of you even, that have literally watched my, have watched my video. Annie from Australia has been, I mean, she's one of the very first people that ever watched my videos. Trucker sent me a message not too long ago, if you guys remember Trucker. I've had so many people that have literally followed from the very beginning, and if you're one of those out there, I just want you to know how much that means to me. I really, really appreciate it. It's crazy, you know, that there are people that have, and first of all, it doesn't seem like it has been that long, that it's been like, well, over 3 years now that I've been on YouTube, counting BookTube, and, you know, I made silly videos before, but, that I've consistently uploaded. Somebody had a birthday party in here because it says in the back room, you can see the happy, like the HAP part of it. Anyway, so they must have had a little party in the back. Don't be tardy for the party. Anyway, there's some of you out there that have like watched from the very beginning, and it means so much to me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And remember, like, you know, stuff that I said 3 years ago. So I appreciate that. I think it was last year, because it would have been the year before on Booktubeathon. So anyway, I think it was Gaia. I don't know, I could go in there and look right now and tell you who it was. But it was somebody that commented, and they remembered exactly what I read the year before on Booktubeathon. I was like, this is crazy. There was so much traffic at the McDonald's tonight. So it was like this Jennifer Smith book, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was about this kid that wins the lottery, and his best friend buys him the ticket when he turns 18 for his birthday, and then he wins the lottery. And like, he tries to split it with her, and she's like, oh no, I can't take half the money. I'm like, whatever, girl, you would take half the money, let's just be for real, right? So anyway, it's like how it affects her friendship and stuff. I was so excited about the book. I thought it would be so good, and it was not good at all. But I think it was last year I read Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I've said that 4 times now, or something, maybe 6, maybe 200. But anyway, Francesca Zappia lives in Indianapolis. She is an author here in town. I think she's from Indianapolis. I know that she works at a university here in Indiana, and this book was like a New York Times bestseller book, and it was fantastic, and it deserves it. It is unbelievable. And it's about this girl, and I think she lives in Indiana. I can't remember. I don't know if they really ever say where she lives, but she's kind of like, she's not popular, and like, she doesn't get really along with anybody, and so she has this online like graphic novel that she does that has a huge cult following, right? And it's about this Eliza and her monster. No, it's about these monsters. I think Eliza is the main character on there, yeah. And so she goes to school, and there's like this new kid that comes to school or something, and he like kind of becomes interested in her, but like he's like a fan of the graphic novel, and she doesn't want him to know that like she's the one that writes it and develops it. Anyway, it's done really well, and so like it goes back and forth between the telling of a graphic novel and is that person like just not moving? Is that what's going on up there? No, there's another car in front of them. It goes back and forth between the graphic novel telling and like what's happening to Eliza in her real life. It is really, really, really good. So the publisher a couple years ago, or the literary agent, somebody sent me, it came to my P.O. box, and I didn't know it had like all of the PR stuff in it and whatever. Her first novel, which was called Made You Up. And Made You Up is about a girl that has schizophrenia, and she is going to college, and she can't differentiate between what's real and what's not, and she starts having fun, like in college, and meeting this guy, and falling in love. This is what the back of it said. I haven't read it. And she, like, doesn't know what is real and what isn't real. It's supposed to be fantastic. Oh, by the way, Francesca Zappia wrote her first novel when she was 18 years old, okay? Just for all of us out there chasing our dreams, that anything is possible. And she's a fantastic author. I mean, her writing is unbelievable. Her characterization, unbelievable. So I was at the bookstore today, and I was like going through I went all through the books. I almost picked up this new Megan Miranda book. But I read The Missing Girls, I think that's what her name is, a year ago, and I just did not love it. And I was like, I don't know that I want to pick something that I can really get into to replace this purple book on the book with purple on the cover. So I saw Francesca Zappia's Eliza and Her Monsters, and I was like, and it's like green and purple, and I was like, oh my god. And then right next to it had Made You Up, and I pulled Made You Up out because I had the book at home because it was sent to me. And I pulled it out, and it has purple on the cover. And I was like, this is what I'm reading. And one of the things I love about her is she's very detailed in her writing. And I know it's a book that I'm not going to be able to put down. The thing is, I wanted to read another thriller. So I'm kind of a little, I don't know, I'm kind of a little disappointed that I don't get to read another thriller. But whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. This is ridiculous. These people in the very front up there in the window, 3 cars ahead of me, are not happy about something. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cars behind me. Probably more. Oh, we're moving. We're moving. Okay, I think that I was actually showing the person in the window, and I don't want to do that to them, so I stopped it and restarted it. Okay, so anyway, yeah, Francesca's, it is like hot. Do I have it on heat? No, I have it on low. So yeah, that's the book that I replaced it with. Eliza and Her Monsters. I've never waited so long in my entire life for a Diet Coke. Do you guys remember back in the day when I first started vlogging? There was like, look at me. I'm gonna look into this thing and I'm gonna end up spilling it on my shirt. You know that's what I am. There was like one vlog where I went to like three different like McDonald's to get a Diet Coke. McDonald's Diet Cokes with ice. Well, obviously with ice. Although I did used to work with this girl, and she used to always we'd go through Burger King to eat lunch, and she'd always get a large Mountain Dew with no ice in it. And I forgot all about her. Aw, I wonder where she is. We were such good friends back in the day. She'd always get a #1 with cheese, which I think was a Whopper with cheese, and a large Mountain Dew. I feel like we went through the same places all the time. This woman, she loves me. Look who it is.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Why are you working? Oh, I guess it's not that late yet, is it?
No, not yet. You going out so damn late? Yeah, this place to you. I'm almost 10 minutes after 1. Where the fuck you been?
You better watch your language. Cuss jar, bye. Love you too. Anyway, I'll probably get. Oh man. Okay, I'm trying to be family friendly over here. True story. I know everybody that works at the gas stations and the fast food places. I don't know if should be proud of the fact that my entertainment comes from meeting my friends up in where I get all of my fountain pops from all over Indianapolis. Oh, there's nothing like a McDonald's Diet Coke. I'm telling you, it's so delicious. And you can fight me on that too. I don't really care what you say. McDonald's Diet Coke has the best Diet Coke in the entire world. Oh, but there was this one vlog, I don't know if you guys remember. Oh, it's rain today. I'm so over it. It is rain nonstop. The only good thing that came from this rain. Okay, let's practice gratitude, Peter. the one good thing, well, of course, you know, it's watering my plants right now, so that's great. But the only other thing, that is a really good thing, because now I don't have to water them. But the other thing is, Peter was smart enough yesterday to remember to bring in the patio cushions, which take 4 to 5 days to dry out. So when it does choose to get sunny again, I already have my patio cushions. They're inside, and they're not gonna be soaking wet, so I can put them outside, and they will be dry. Hopefully that is by Sunday, when the reading rush starts, so I can read outside, which I'm excited about. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, but there was like one vlog at the very beginning of when I did vlogging, when I like chased down Diet Coke at McDonald's, and I went to like 2 or 3 different McDonald's. Do you guys remember that? I was like on a wild goose chase of Diet Cokes. It was ridiculous. Those were the days, my friend. So, today was a good day. Didn't really do a whole lot. I did take a nap tonight though with Boo Radley, me and Boo. It's so cute. Like, I'll go lay down when Alex is like watching TV. Like, we usually will watch a TV show together, and then he'll like want to watch something because he watches so many shows that I don't watch. So I'll be like, well, while you're watching this, I'll go lay down for a little bit. So I went to lay down, and I laid down for like an hour. Oh, I have like been crashing out lately. So like, I came upstairs and I was like turning on the fan, and I sleep with a fan every night. I have to sleep with a fan every night, right on my face. And since it's summer, our air, like now that, so if I think, did we get a new heater air conditioner? No, that was not while we were on YouTube, because you would have known about it. It about was, oh my God, that was misery. Oh my God, that was such misery. So, that whole thing, I'll tell that story in just a second, but that was not while I was on YouTube, and that definitely wasn't while I was vlogging. But we had a new air conditioner furnace, I don't know, about 4, maybe it was a year before I started YouTube on BookTube, I think. So we got a new furnace and air conditioner, which now it's much better. Like, the basement is always, it's underground, you know? So in the winter, the basement is really warm, and in the summer, the basement is always really, really cool. And then the main floor is usually pretty good. We usually keep it at 69, 70, and it is usually always stays 69, 70, and the air conditioner is not running at all times. So it usually stays pretty cool on the main level. But then on the upstairs, where our bedroom is and our bathroom, it gets really, really hot. And I don't know what it's about. I don't know if it's because, so like our bathroom is like right kind of on top. Well, not really, but it like, borders like where the garage is, which it has like the roof, and so it's just always really hot up there. Plus the air doesn't, you know, go as fast to that floor. And so I sleep with a fan. I've always slept with a fan right on my face, even since I was like a little kid and was going to my aunt and uncle's house in Fort Wayne every summer. That's how it kind of started for me. And my Uncle Dave always slept with a fan, and I've always slept with a fan. And I love to have it right on my face. Alex loves to, you know what the other thing is interesting is, I've actually never dated somebody or been in a relationship with somebody that didn't sleep with a fan. Like, I'll say, like on the first day, like they'll say, you know, we'll be talking, I'll be like, oh, I always sleep with a fan. They'll be like, oh my God, I always sleep with a fan too. So weird. Every long-term boyfriend that I've had, Alex loves the fan, but he doesn't like it right on him. He doesn't mind it, but like when he goes to bed, like if he's going to sleep right now, like when I come upstairs, it'll be turned the other way, and like I'll turn it back on me like when I come in there. But he doesn't mind. He just doesn't like, if it, you know, he just turns it the other way. It has rained like this all day today. It is like pouring down rain. So anyway, but I like walked into the bathroom and I came out, and Boo Radley had just jumped on the bed, and he always sleeps right on Alex's, like his two pillows will be like laid down next to each other, and Boo Radley like snuggles into the middle of the pillow. He's so cute. Boo Radley is so cute. So anyway, I didn't realize I was low on gas. I don't really want to stop and get gas when it's like pouring down rain. First world problems. Anyway, I should be grateful. I'm grateful that I have a car. I'm grateful that I am able to put gas in my car. So I started the gratitude book. Today is day 2. Yeah, I know I'm way late starting it. But today it was day 2. It was the Magic Rock. Yesterday was the introduction to the gratitude list, where you make a gratitude list every day. And then after you make the gratitude list, you read it to yourself or read it out loud, and you say thank you, thank you, thank you to each thing. And it makes you start just practicing gratitude in everything. The other thing I do remember it doing to me, like I was just like kind of just did, was that it makes me very quickly, like if I find myself complaining about something, turn it into like something great, like that I'm grateful for, like turn it into gratitude. And practice the opposite of it, which, you know, in sobriety I was always taught anyway, when a character defect comes out, like complaining, for example, do the opposite. The opposite of complaining is being grateful for something. So, you know, if you're lacking patience, practice patience. It's those kinds of things. And that's how you're taught the lesson. So you're taught the lesson, or you get over the character defect by doing the opposite. And that's what I was always taught to do, you know? But then today's was the Magic Rock, which is where you find a magic rock, and then at the end of the day, you hold it and you go through all of like the things you're most grateful for throughout the day that happened, and then you pick the one that you're the most grateful for, and that's like the one thing. The thing that it really does though is it makes you go through your day and kind of do a quick mental inventory, and then it also makes you look at all the high points, like all of the positive things you're grateful for, instead of focusing like on the things you're not grateful for, if that makes sense. You know, it makes you really focus on all of these things that you're super grateful for, and take inventory of that and focus on that. There is so much water just like standing through this construction area. I don't really understand what they're doing here. I always have something to say about construction, but I will say this road construction right here is needed. It has been 2 lanes forever. And it's the way that, shoo, that was like a lake. And it is the way that we go to our meeting, and, which we didn't go to tonight. And, it is like heavy traffic. So apparently they're making it 2 lanes on either side with a barrier in the middle. That'll be nice. But they've done about, I would say, 500 feet of work in a year, because this has been cordoned off for like a year. So, okay, a couple years ago, well, I guess it was like, I don't really know how long ago it was, 4, 5, 6 years ago, probably 5 years ago. One summer, our air conditioning went out, and, so I had a friend of mine that I actually knew that was sober, and he owned a, like a heating cooling business, like HVAC, you know, and all that stuff. And so, and we were real close. And so he would always come over and like help fix stuff and whatever. So he came out and he was like, you guys need to get a new air conditioner and furnace. And I was like, please tell me it's not true. And he was like, well, I'm telling you right now. He was like, I can put whatever you need to put into, I don't know what you put into an air conditioner to make it like, it was like losing that stuff, right? He was like, and this was like in the middle of July, the year before we got a new furnace and air conditioner. And he said, I can put it in there and it'll last through the summer. He goes, but it's fried. I mean, like, you need to get a new one next year. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, but no problem. He was like, next year, he was like, you know, I'll work with you guys. Because they're expensive. I don't know if you know this, but like to get a new air conditioner, let alone an air conditioner and a furnace. I mean, ours was $5,000, okay? And for our small little place. And they're expensive. I mean, and some people quoted us 10 grand, 12 grand. Other people quoted us a lot less, but I was not sure how truly sketch they might be, right? And he was like, and this was a guy, and he just was so awesome, and he had helped us so many times, and he was a friend of mine, and he was like, don't worry about it. He was like, you know, next year, like, when it starts, you know, when next year, I will, because through the winter, the furnace would have worked. That wasn't what the main concern was. The main concern was the air conditioner, but the furnace was old too. Like, it hadn't been replaced since the place was built, and it was built, like, I don't know, like, well, not too long before my mom would have moved into it, so I think in the 80s or the 90s, or late 80s, early 90s, something like that. She moved in Christmas of 94. So, he was like, but next year, don't worry about it. Like, we'll figure it out. It'll be great. Okay. So, and he was like, I'll work with you guys and all this kind of stuff. So he fixed it for just that summer. And, so then that winter came, and then the furnace worked, but we could tell it wasn't working great. It was like kind of, you know, it would work, but it just wasn't like perfection. And you could really hear it, like when it would start up, like it would just be like really loud and stuff. It was, I mean, this unit was old, okay? When we finally got our new unit, I could not believe it. It was so smooth. It was like crazy. I mean, we have a nice one now. So, but my friend went back out, and he started using again. And he died of a heroin overdose. So he left a girlfriend and family and 2 little kids that loved him. And I remember he would always say to me that his dream was that he just wanted to see his son play baseball someday. And anyway, you know, I was talking last night about the stigma of, and I don't want to get off the heating air conditioning story, but you know, we talk about the stigma a lot of addicts and alcoholics, and the reality is that addiction is killing really good people, you know? Addiction turns us into people that we wouldn't normally be. So, he was so funny too. He was a really funny guy. I think sometimes it's, you know, good to take some moments and just honor the people that have passed and appreciate them, you know? It's really, really hard when being in recovery or being sober, when you see somebody get it, you know, and you see somebody that's like sober and they get it. And then like, that is, death is right around the corner. And we don't think that way, right? Like, I don't think that way. I mean, on a daily basis. I really don't. Like, I talk about it. I know it to be true. But I don't know that that's right around the corner for me. And the reality is that I could start using tomorrow, you know, or whatever, and I could be dead on Sunday. Never even make it to the reading rush, you know? Not that I would be really caring about the reading rush if I went back out there, but that's the reality. And that's what's there for me. And I have to remember that I'm only given a daily reprieve. But this thing is, that's why I continue to go to meetings. That's why I have a sponsor that I talk to on a regular basis. That's why I continue to work steps. That's why I continue to do service work. That's why I continue to stay connected, because I only have a daily reprieve. I only, you know, and those people that are most connected are the ones to me that are the most successful. And like I say this a lot, that on and off my YouTube channels, you know, when I came back in the rooms, I heard this lead. I downloaded it off of that website, xaspeakers.org. It's a fantastic website. It has every 12-step program on there. You can download leads for free. Leads are when somebody tells their story. So if you've never heard, like, you know, a 12-step lead, whether that's AA, NA, CA, you know, GA, trying to think of what else, Al-Anon, whatever. If you've never heard any of those 12-step meeting leads, somebody tell their story and you want to, you can go over there and you can download them for free. They're also on YouTube. There's a lot of them on YouTube where it says, like, you just put in, like, you could put in like NA or AA or CA or, you know, HA. CA is Cocaine Anonymous, HA is Heroin Anonymous, like speakers, and it'll come up. I know there's one that's like all women speakers, because I've listened to like every single one over there. There's some over there that are like my favorites. But anyway, if anybody is truly, truly interested and wants to know what some of my favorites are that I would recommend, let me know. And I've listened to so many that if you had a specific story, I'm like having a really hard time getting back to emails right now because I've just been swamped with emails. But if you want to email me or message me somehow and I happen to see it, hopefully, then I'll let you know what some of them are that you can look up that I think would be good. Or that I enjoyed, because there's a lot over there. There's like literally thousands. And like I said, from all different kinds of programs. But anyway, one of the things I heard, like literally the day that I came back in, was it's hard to fall off the wagon when you're sitting in the middle of it. And basically what this woman was saying was, you know, if you imagine, like, okay, the old adage of, you know, oh, so-and-so fell off the wagon, right? Well, if you imagine sitting on a wagon, okay, and you're sitting on the side or you're sitting in the back, like, it's easier to fall off when it's, like, wobbling, okay? Obstacles are going to come your way. You're going to hit bumps in the road that might chance you to, like, fall off the wagon. Well, an analogy for that would be bumps in the road, things that might happen, okay? Going fast or going, you know, whatever. It could be, you know, going to a party, this, that, whatever. But when you're sitting in the middle of the wagon, okay, and you're surrounded by other people, it's harder to fall off that wagon. And, you know, that really stuck with me when I came back in, that the more involved I am, A, the better chance I have of not going back out, which is terrifying to me, even at 24 and a half years. But B, probably the happier I'm going to be and the more content, you know. You know, I have felt restless, irritable, and discontent in my life. I don't want to feel that today. I want to be happy, joyous, and free. And I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful and serene. And I want to look out at the world, you know, with gratitude. And that's something I work towards. Well, to do those things, you know, I have to be involved. So, and that's just, you know, people always ask, why do I still, you know, do all this stuff? And that's why. It's so sad, you know. I think it's always interesting, like, when I get that call, you know, I always think to myself, like, why? Like, you know, why this? Like, because it's, you immediately go to a moment where you, like, heard them saying something really good or something wise or a smile on their face, you know? It is so hard to hear of somebody's passing from addiction and in your head, in your mind's eye, see a clean, sober smile. Like, that is some hard stuff. It really, really is. That you know, you knew that that's what their life could be. But I will say that this is where I'm at now, you know, and when family members, you know, I go to funerals and whatever, say things to me, like, thank you, or, you know, I hope, you know, like, it makes me so sad. I'm like, you know, but they were really happy for a while. Like, there was a period when they were happy. They were happy that you were happy for them, you know, and I'll always remember them that way, you know, smiling. And, like, my friend looking at me in the back, our air conditioning unit was frozen. It was 95 degrees outside. And he looked at me, he goes, Peter, he goes, this is effed, okay? He was like, it's frozen. You've overheated this thing, you know? Like, I'll see him like that in my head, like crouching down there, you know, in the weeds that we didn't pick. I don't know. And the reason I'll continue to tell my story, and the reason that I'll continue to talk about recovery and addiction and why it's so important to talk about it is, in case one person looks at it and thinks, well, maybe I need to change my life, or maybe I can, or I relate to his story, or, you know, maybe that's me, or maybe next time I can do it, or maybe this time. If just one person, it just changes, or it affects, or it empowers, or it makes him look at it differently, or makes you look at your family differently, or makes you whatever, okay? That this is not a program of shame or blame, and this is not about blaming people and hating them and saying, you don't love me enough. If you loved me enough, you'd stop. That's bullshit, okay? Like, we just need to get that out there right now. If love was that powerful, it was gonna stop, hold on. If love was that powerful, okay, there would be no addicts that died of addiction, period. None whatsoever. If love was that powerful. It's just not. So I'll continue to talk about it, hoping that maybe just one person out there. And I've had a lot of people that have contacted me, you know, so maybe the next person, you know, will say thank you, or, you know, like, hey, that's me, or I don't even need the thank yous. I don't ever need any acknowledgement from it. I don't ever need you to even comment or send me a message or anything, okay? I just want somebody out there, do something with it. Think to yourself, if Peter could do it, then I can do it. I don't want to be that statistic. I don't want to be the one who leaves a family behind, because that's what it is. We're leaving wakes of people behind, you know? All of the things that could have happened, all the things that could have been possible, you know? You know, I'm so grateful for the people that told me their stories, shared their stories with me, and, you know, it told me, you know, like, were hard on me, you know, in early sobriety, and still today, you know, like, I need that. I'm grateful for it. They're not asking for thank yous, and I don't want to thank you, you know, but I change my life accordingly, and I try to make changes to that. I've lost so many people, it seems like. So, okay, so this is what happened. To change up the, subject, to get back to the heater, air conditioner. I never planned to go down this road tonight. Literally and figuratively. But to get back to the air conditioning heating thing, so we needed that summer, of course, we turned on the air conditioning thinking magically it's gonna work. And that my friend was wrong, and of course he wasn't. And the air conditioning doesn't even turn on. And so we did fans. I don't remember. It seemed like it was later in the summer, or it was a really hot summer or whatever. I always say it was like July, August. I never remember when it was, but I do remember by the time that we got done having estimates and having people come out and whatever, that it was like the first or second week of July, I think, okay? And it was like 80, 90 degrees. And, like the basement was completely fine. It was cool because the basement's always cool. And so Boo and Tucker's crate is down there, so they could be down there and they were completely fine. The main level, if we had the back window or the back sliding glass door open and the kitchen window during the day, it was fine because there was air moving through. But at night, it was like still. We have one window in our upstairs, and we were sleeping with the sliding glass door open downstairs, but I was, quite frankly, between you and I, terrified. And I was like not feeling it. And so, and the thing was, is that Boo, Tucker, and Pee-Pee, you know, like we were trying to keep them upstairs with us, but then it would be so hot that we would have to put them down in the crate. We eventually took them to Tanya's and had them crated or had them boarded because it was so hot that summer. And at some point, I don't really remember how it all went down when we took them, all that kind, I don't remember all of that kind of stuff. But we, ended up having this guy come out. He gave us a pretty good estimate, and I think we may have gone through Costco. I don't even remember. And so anyway, no, maybe we didn't. I don't remember. But anyway, we got a good estimate, and the guy was really friendly. And the thing was, is that he was like, there was something about he couldn't. Well, first of all, he had to have payment in full for the unit before he could order it, okay? And then he was gonna bring us out like a window unit, but he couldn't bring out the window unit. And he was like, oh, this was the other thing. He was like, because it's the middle of the summer, right? And so everybody's air conditioner's breaking. He was like 3 weeks behind, okay, in getting air conditioners installed. And so he was like, well, I can't, it was something like, I don't really remember how it all went down, but it was like, I can't put the order in until it's time to work on your unit or something, and I can't put the window unit in until, I mean, we almost didn't go with this guy, except for that, with every person that we talked to, it was like a 3 to 4 week wait, and I was like, or 2 to 3 week wait, or whatever it was at that time, and I mean, we were dying. And, so, I mean, and Tanya and Melissa and everybody was like, you guys just come over here and stay. And we're like, no. And Alex and I would just lay in bed at night and we would be like, it was just madness, you know? Just like with like no covers or sheets or anything, you know? So anyway, I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyway, so he finally comes out. It's so hot every single day. It's like, okay, you know, like when you go to look at your air, like, and we had like an old school one, like one of those turn dial things. You know what I'm talking about? The plastic turn dial things. And you know, like when you go look at it and it's like it's like so far to the one way that it's like, it's not even like on the thing anymore, right? Like the air conditioner wasn't working. I mean, it just was off, okay? And like the thermostat was working, but like, and we have like we got a new thermostat system and everything. We feel so fancy now, you know? But it's like, it was so off the mark because it was so hot. I mean, like during the day, it would get to be like 95 degrees upstairs. I mean, it was horrible, right? And so I remember like we would get out of the shower and we would just be like immediately just like sweating because we had just gotten out of the shower. So the guy was like, I'm gonna bring the window unit over. And I was like, I can remember saying to Alex, like, this is so stupid. What is a window unit gonna do? Had I known what this window unit would have done, I would have gone to Walmart, let me just tell you, 3 weeks before, and I would have bought this window unit. So I'm like, what is this stupid window unit gonna do that he's talking about, right? So he comes over and he fixes it. And like Alex was there and I was gone. I can't remember why I was gone, but it was something that day I had to be gone. But anyway, I came home and the bedroom doors upstairs were closed, which hadn't been closed in like weeks because we had left the bedroom doors upstairs open, just so that air would like draft through the house. And I remember I opened it and it literally was like walking into the Arctic. It felt so good. And like he had like put the thing in the window and like we have like a push-up window. And then he had put like stuff all around it, you know, like tape or whatever, I don't know. He had it all fixed up with the big like, you know, the tube thing that goes into the air thing on the floor. And that thing just like rotated like this in the room. Oh my God, it was perfection. It was absolute perfection. And was it maybe we had a fan too. I don't think it was the window unit that rotated. I think we just had actually a window unit. But that thing was unbelievable. Oh my God, I remember Alex and I that night, we were like in 7th heaven sleeping. It was so fantastic. It was so good. See, and that's kind of like, this is gonna sound corny, but like that's like, I am coming to the end of my Mountain Dew lip balm. Let me just tell you, I am so stressed about it. I can feel the plastic on the side right here, and I'm like, I've got to buy another one. So I've got to go and look for these at Target or order them online. Because the Mountain Dew is hands down my favorite. But you know, like, that is one of the things about, I mean, and that's not a tragedy, right? It was to our, wallet, though, let me just tell you. I remember years and years and years ago, speaking of money, I had to get a root canal. And, you know, like, which, by the way, let me just tell you, this thing where I bit the side of my mouth, I'm not entirely sure that I didn't bite the inside of my mouth because of something to do with my tooth back here. Because it almost feels like I'm like my tooth shifted, or I'm like a tooth is pushing in or something. Not to mention, can we just talk about the fact that it's been like 6 weeks and it still is not healed? Maybe longer than that. I mean, it's back there, and I still bite into it every day. When you look into it, you can see like the canker, like where I bit into the canker sore or whatever. You can see it like in the side of my mouth. So anyway, I don't know. I'm due for my cleaning anyway, so I've got to schedule that and go in there. Maybe there's some, I don't know what it is. Who knows? But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, the root canal. Okay, so I had for years heard people complain about root canals. Oh my God, they're the most painful thing in the entire world. They're the most painful thing in the entire world. I used to joke about this. Let me tell you, the only thing that is painful about, I have heard that this Brew Burger is really good. This is the one in Noblesville, but there's one other places too. Let me tell you, I had heard that root canal was so painful, and I used to joke about this afterwards. Did I just say that? I think I just said that. That the only thing painful about a root canal is how much it costs, because it was like $800, which I'm sure it's like probably double that now. I had to have one root canal and one tooth to have a crown, and I had to pay for it ahead of time. It was like not covered by insurance. I don't know why it wasn't. I had good dental insurance at that time too, and I had to pay. I think I have shit dental insurance now. I know I have to like pay extra on my special cleanings and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, I had to pay for it ahead of time, and it was like $700 and something. I just remember writing the check for it, and the guy was nice that did it. And I remember he had like a computer screen, and he showed me like, so like, I mean, what do you call it? Numbed the entire side of it, and he was like, do you want to watch? And I was like, yeah. And because I can't even remember talking to my dentist about it at the time, because I was really, really close with my dentist. She's since retired, and I go to somebody else now. But she was really great with me, and I had gone to her since early sobriety, and so she knew, like, I couldn't, like, this is where I talk about my tooth, and it scares me, because I've never had my wisdom teeth taken out, right? And she always said, Peter, she was like, one of these, I'm telling you right now, if they ever push through, and it's like Memorial Day weekend, and it's a Thursday, and I've taken the weekend off, you know I can't call you in anything, because all of my doctors, dentists, everybody, it's on all of my medical records that I'm in recovery, do not prescribe me anything, you know, whatever. And she's like, I'm not gonna call you something in, so you're gonna have to go in and have emergency work done if that happens to you. And I'm like, so anyway, can you imagine that? How much fun that would be on Memorial Day weekend to go and have emergency dental work done at the where would you even go? I mean, you have to find some dentist that you know. I don't even know, could you get it done over a weekend? So anyway, but I remember she said to me, like, you know, it's gonna be painful. And I was like, okay. And I was like, how painful? And she's like, I mean, it's not too bad. She's like, but it's gonna be painful. I didn't think it was painful at all. He numbed this area, and then I remember sitting there watching the computer screen as he did it, and he showed where he took the nerve ending out or whatever from my tooth and replaced it with like a plastic thing or something. I don't know. I don't work in the dental field, so somebody else probably knows what I'm talking about below. But replaced it with something else and then put like a filling on it, and then they ended up putting a crown on it. So I'm like, I think it was back here. I don't know. It was so long ago. But it wasn't painful to me at all. The shots were painful as hell. It's like when I went to the dentist for that quarter cleaning or whatever that was called. My God. Everybody's telling me how painful the cleaning was. The cleaning wasn't painful at all. The 9,000 shots that she gave me to numb my entire mouth was what was painful. That was horrible. My Lord. But anyway. So, moral of the story is now we have a good air conditioner and heater. I hope we don't need a new one anytime soon. Do you guys think that little Geico lizard is so cute? I think he's so cute. There was a Geico billboard. Aren't I random? I'm so random, I know. That's kind of how my mind works when I'm driving down the street. I'm like, ice cream sounds good. I mean, this is really kind of me driving down the street, randomly thinking, don't you think? It's like, ice cream sounds good today. I'd really like to have a hot fudge sundae with Spanish peanuts. But I haven't had rainbow sherbet for a while. Oh, that reminds me of my friend so-and-so who loves rainbow sherbet. I haven't seen him since he got married a couple years ago. That was a fun wedding. We went to Minnesota. It would be fun to go and stay somewhere on the lake again. We should schedule a weekend where we go and stay on the lake. We should go and stay on the lake in Michigan. But I don't know that Alex would really like that. Actually, I don't know that I would really like that. I say that I would really like that, but would I really like that, or would I rather go to Las Vegas or Miami? God, I miss Miami. That is how my mind works, you guys. True story. I could do that literally for 2 hours. That is how my mind works. Just driving down the street. Half the time when I'm driving, I don't even listen to music or anything. I'm just like, kind of like randomly just la 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 la. I'm just like thinking to myself. As well as when I'm at home. That's how I am when I'm at home too. My thing in my mouth is not as bad as it was. It still hurts though. I like looked in there today and I was like, I keep on like I must keep on biting the same area over and over and over again. Okay, do you know what's weird about this? This is not the first time in my life that this has happened. This has happened to me before. Like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago. It's been a while, but it happened before. And I truly do think it started off as a kangaroo sore, and then I like bit into it because I can remember thinking to myself, is it my tooth? Is it not my tooth? And then what happened is it went on and on and on for like a long time, and then one day it just was over, but I didn't even realize it until like weeks later, and then I was like, oh, my mouth is back to normal. When did that happen? And I didn't even notice it, you know? So, I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel like there's anything wrong with my teeth, is the thing. I had Tanya look at it the other day. She was like, yeah, I see it back there. I was like, I know, I keep on biting into the cheek, my cheek in my mouth. And when I do it, I'm like, ah! If you bang your toe or something when you're at home, do you ever just like, if you're the only one at home, do you ever just like, well, I guess even if you're not the only one at home, but do you ever just like scream out like real loud? Oh, my Lanta. I always say to Alex, I'm like, do you ever make like funny faces in the mirror? And he was like, no, never. I was like, you never just like by yourself in the mirror make funny faces? He was like, no. Because I'll like come into the bedroom and I'll just like start like, you know, do a shuffle step dance. Like, I know that this is probably really hard for most of you to believe, right? But I'll just come into the bedroom and I'll start just doing like a little side shuffle step, you know, like tap. I've never taken tap in my life, but I'll do a little side stuff. Have I ever taken a tap class when I was a kid? I don't think so. Maybe in choir or something, but I'll do a little, you know, shuffle step, shuffle step or whatever it's called, right? And I'll be like, you know, and I'll be like, they asked me to play, or they asked me to dance with the Rockettes, but I had to tell them no, because I had something to do this weekend. They just look at me and they'll go, you are so stupid. And I'll be like, I might be in a movie for my tap dancing skills. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. And then I do a couple of those big ones. You know, you have to if you're going to do tap dancing. I always do the dog's voices at home for Alex too, and he just like, he acts like he doesn't think it's funny when it really like cracks him up. He'll just sit there and all of a sudden he'll just like start losing it. We scheduled our trip to San Diego today. Woo! We're going. Cannot wait. I'm so excited, and I just can't. I know. I'm excited. I am excited about San Diego, though. It feels kind of weird because we kept on talking about going, and then it's like all of a sudden we were just like, we need to schedule this, and so we just scheduled it today, and then thus began the world's longest group text between me and Alex, Fufu and his girlfriend. So they're really excited. And I think we're all going to a music festival out there Friday and Saturday. I don't know what it's called. It starts with a C. Cross something maybe. I don't remember. Alex told me about it. So it's going to be real exciting. We're going to have a lot of fun. Yes, we're going to go to the beach. And I'm super excited. And that is in September. And then next month we're going to Las Vegas for our anniversary. We're super excited about that. And we're trying to decide what shows we want to go to. We usually go see 2 shows, but Rufus Du Sol, who is like Alex's favorite like music group, DJ, I don't know how you would classify them. I love them too. They're going to be there. We're going to go see them one night. And Cascade is going to be there, and we're going to go see him one night. I don't know if I'll go to all of this. Oh, I needed to get gas, and I forgot to stop. Damn it. So those are 2 nights. Well, there are 5 nights. And then we wanted to maybe do shows 2 other nights. And so we're thinking about going back and seeing Zumanity, which was like, actually, we haven't seen Zumanity in 11 years because it was the very first show that we ever saw in Vegas together. And we went for Thanksgiving weekend, the year that we got together 11 years ago. It'll be that week. Well, not that week, but 11 years ago. August will be 11 years that Alex and I have been together, 8 years that we've been married. God, it seems crazy to me. We've been married for 8 years. And, yeah. Legally, was it 2014? So legally, it would have just been 5 years, legally. I think it was 2014 when the law changed. Well, in Indiana when it changed. And then it changed back, but we got married for 3 days before they changed the law. I cannot believe it is like coming down this hard. So anyway, if you have any suggestions for shows in Las Vegas, please let me know. We lean towards a little bit more of the ethereal Cirque du Soleil show. We have seen Mystère. I hated it. We've seen O twice, loved it. Zumanity, we have seen, we loved it, but I think we may have seen it twice. We didn't like it as much the second time. What else have we seen? God, quite a few. I can't think of the other one. We saw Le Rev last time, and that was not a Cirque show. Oh, we saw Absinthe last time. La Rev was good though, but it wasn't a Cirque show. It's kind of like a version of O, but it's not O. I think it's at the Encore. It was beautiful though. I would go see O again. It stopped. I would go see O again probably, but it's so expensive. It's like one of the most expensive of all the shows. And there's not really a lot of other shows that I want to see out there that are Cirque shows. And there's a new one that's starting in like September or October, but we're gonna miss it. So I don't know. So if you have any suggestions for shows in Las Vegas, let me know. We actually saw Divas live before it closed down. And have we seen other shows? I feel like we have. We've seen so many shows in Vegas. But anyway, I'm gonna get in here and get some gas. $2.83 a gallon. Look at this right here, okay? As I'm going through, there's like not one person here. As I'm going through here to get gas, look at this. I have to drive through this thing and show you guys. It's like, there's like this one stream coming down. Look, it's like a waterfall. Don't hate me because you ain't me. I had to. Okay. So I'm gonna get off here now. I pulled into this gas station specifically because it's so nice because it's covered. I'm gonna get off here. I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday. Unless you have other plans, but don't have other plans. Have the most amazing Wednesday of your entire life. Do something fun today. Take a risk. If you've never done a readathon before, you should participate in the Reading Rush. Go over, look up Reading Rush 2019. All the challenges over there. You only have to read one page if you want to, just to participate. You don't have to read any more than that. But if you like to read, you should do it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you haven't watched my last couple days vlogs, Mel and I decided to change Peter's book club to a full true crime book club permanently. That huge book club announcement and more details about that is over on my BookTube channel. So anyway, like I said, have the most amazing Wednesday of your entire life. Unless you have other plans, but don't. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Did you hear that? I love you. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself that every day. I love you. Believe it. Believe you're worthy. Believe you're valuable. Pass it on to somebody else and let them know that they are as well. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.